my god. Come up here. Come up here, baby. Come up here, bro. Oh my god, big goofball. Oh my goodness. Oh, jeez Louise. Come up here, bro. Oh my goodness. Oh, oh, it was a good bite, bite. It was a good bite, bite. Look at this sweet boy. Yes, he is. Oh, I just love his little HPHs. Oh, look at you. Yeah. He's looking at you, wondering what you're doing. He's like, "What? What noises are you making?" Well, you're not interested no more. You weird goofball. Look at you. Oh, you're still sweet. How can I just forgo a little face like that? How could I ever forgo a little face like that? Stand up. Yeah, there you go. There you go, you little goof. What an absurd little ball. You just an absurd little ball. Ugh. My goodness. Crazy baby. There we go. Boom. There we go. What's up? What? Yo! Can I help you, dog? Aww.
You know what that is?
Skunk?
Yo.
Yeah, you can have them as pets.
Get the stinker removed out of them.
Hmm. What are you gonna do? Took off your goof.
I've wanted one of those tables for the longest fucking time.
Hmm.
They take a table, or they take 2 pieces of wood and spread them out,
Mm-hmm.
and then they pour resin in them, and it fuses the 2 pieces that are spread apart together, and then they sand it down and make it look all fucking cool and shit.
Huh. Up. Up. Hey, up. Up. High five. High five me. High five me. High five me. Good boy. Oh, what a sweet boy. What a sweet little thing. He's definitely just too damn ridiculous. A little terrorist, if I do say. A little terrorist, if I say. He's crazy. Took off, you a crazy boy. Took off, you a crazy boy. Crazy boy. Oh. There it is. First. There we go. Ooh, spot some shit. That felt good. That felt good. Oh.
You know what this is, right? Fire departments have tones for like calls. And they use tones and beeps for what department it is.
Huh.
If you've ever wondered what happens to foam-filled tires at the end of their life cycle, this is what we do. So first we cut the tread off. Gotta love the smell of rubber. Then we cut into the foam. Now there is companies that can do this with a machine, but they also charge
Oh
like
my gosh, this is kind of caked.
So instead, usually we'll just do this for our customers for a lot cheaper. Usually we cut them off on downtime when we don't have any service calls up, because it does take a bit of time to do it, and my brothers are the only ones that can do it, because as you can see, he's putting his full force of weight.
Ooh, there's a lot of build up on this thing. Holy crap.
Foam-filled tires.
Foam-filled tires?
This is what we do. So first we cut the tread off. Gotta love the smell of rubber. Then we cut into the foam. Now there is companies that can do this with a machine, but they also charge a leg and an arm to actually do it. So instead, usually we'll just do this for our customers for a lot cheaper. Usually we cut
You know, like
them off
Caterpillar,
on
not
downtime
Caterpillar,
when we don't
but
have
Bobcats and
any
stuff like that,
Uh-huh.
they have foam-filled tires.
Oh.
My brothers are the only ones that can.
Didn't know that. So it kind of helps, you know, make sure they don't go flat either.
Yeah, but they're fucking expensive as fuck.
So yeah, I can imagine for the material to make all that foam stuff. Damn.
Those are plungers.
Damn, dude. Good luck getting those off.
Civilization we hit, that's the one we're gonna play. Got it? Let's do this. 3, 2. Yeah, I got the British.
Don't let your boyfriend or child see this.
There we go. Got this kind of cleaned out now. Just a little bit. There we go. God damn. My goodness. There we go. All that just from a grinder. Damn.
What?
Just all this.
Dust?
Yeah, just all these random things just because it's kind of kicked up a little bit. Thank goodness. It's a hell of a lot. That's definitely better there. There we go. Oh. A little loud.
That looks like fun.
He got lucky because came before my era brother.
There we go. Cool.
Here he comes.
Hey, Zooks. What's up, baby? What's up, Zookaf, huh? This profile loaded up. Hey, what did I do with charger? Did I bring it in? I guess not. I'll have to grab that later. What's up, Zooks? You're doing this thing that's hovering, Zukov? What's up, bro? Look at you. You goof. Oh, you want some Billy Rubs? Yes, you do. Oh, you pretty boy. Dog of the highs. Of the seas. Hi, MC. What's up, dude? Oh, sweet little buddy. Just giving little Zuka some screechies. I started this with his paw just like that. If you go back to the very beginning when I just started, like the first 10 seconds straight up. St. Irish streak, let the beer smoke the biggest blunt and the weed flow for the rivers. Damn. Beautiful. That's beautiful shit right there, son. I'll tell you what. That's beautiful words of wisdom right there. Just fancy for the occasion. I mean, did I? I guess I did a little bit. I think I did a little bit there, old boy. Didn't necessarily mean to, I guess. I was just wearing this because it's, you know, wet and all that shit, and didn't want to wear my other hat for all the wetness and moisture. Oh, Zukov, baby, so sweet. But yeah, I guess to have a little bit of the yellow Irishy look with the hat. I've been told this hat looks Russian, looks like a railman's like hat, looks like a Irish cap. Like this hat like has no real like core of where it comes from. Still, it's the hat of many lands in many realms. It's a cabbie cap. Oh, I know it's a cabbie cap. I mean, I'm the one who bought the damn thing. I'm the one who's just like, hey, I want a cabbie cap. And this is one I found. So. You sweet little thing. Oh. Well, there ain't really too much news-wise, it looks like today. Just a bunch of different little memes. They're trying to take out YouTube bans. Hopefully they'll feel badly because they cannot go back to ads after years of peace. Years of peace. Because they're probably trying to make it so people actually do go for the YouTube Premium and shit instead. So they have to basically like go for their services, and some sleazy bullshit like that. I guarantee you that's what it is. Probably some sleazy shit like that. Or it's like, how do we get, users to use our platforms, premium services without going to this other one? I don't know. Take it out. We'll just take out the competition. I mean, honestly, it's more of a benefit to these, major corporations, more so than a boon to them is why they do it. Despite it, honestly, really, the reality is actually these other platforms or other companies are better. And it's more beneficial, especially if there's more of them. But pretty much get kind of fucked. Let's see what I should down here. Sukov, what are you doing, bro? Giving me a paw. Do you mind if your paw? This whole paw bullshit that you're doing here, dude? So what noise was that? You did it to me first, you old smug looking prick.
Quit!
What a goofball. What a goofball. Oh my god, I like how pretty much like so much of the different news now is basically about fucking gas prices, it's like holy shit. It's like if you don't live under a rock, I think everyone knows about the whole gas price situation at this point. I scrolled like 5 or 10 seconds for YouTube real quick, and immediately it was just like 4 or 5 different things like that. It's like, oh my god. It's like, I don't know, it's not that hard to, see where, all that's happening. It's like, yeah, go outside, you'll see that, yeah, gas prices are up. Beans a cowboy coof. I mean, honestly, if anything, I'd be wondering, like, when it comes to news and that shit, be like, hey, are you actually gonna, like, is there anything actually gonna be kind of done about that? But honestly, I feel like a lot of it really is kind of artificial, because, I mean, if you think about it, like, when it comes to oil and oil production, it's not Russia or Ukraine or the US aren't necessarily, like, the biggest producers, it's Saudi Arabia. Which I guess America happens to be a very big benefactor of. So it's like, I wonder if methinks they're using the whole, like, war as an excuse to just let prices be jacked the fuck up. So these companies could just make a lot more fucking money off of it. Well, certainly wouldn't be unheard of. Companies do that all the time. Amount disgruntled right wingers are continuing to attempt to make it further right versions of city subreddits. Now they have r/Portland, along with r/Seattle WA. Oh my lord. So they're still trying to find the little personal echo chambers to be like, no, New York, we need to find our own little areas. Because no one will accept our weird, quirky beliefs elsewhere. No. I don't know why I was going a little bit like Kermit Frog with that a little. I kind of did there for a second. Ooh. That felt good. Let's see. Come on, don't be. There we go. Kyle ranks every drink. Damn, Kyle. So go talk ranking every drink out there. I'm just gonna assume Seltzers yes tier, and if it's not, there's some serious problems going on there. Because our boy, you know, being sold out to Big Seltzer, of course, would have to put them on the S tier, just by obligation, of course. But knowing Kyle, you know. You might try to throw a curveball, be like, you know, there's actually a drink out there that I do like a little more seltzer, just have it, you know, on the show and stuff occasionally, but there's actually one drink, though. If he throws that out there, it's like, oh, hell no. That's not canon. It's not fact. Nope, it's Big Seltzer. Like, straight up, if it ain't S tier, right, there's problems. I mean, honestly, depending on the seltzer, I mean, it's alright. Actually, I'm okay with it. It's not my favorite thing, personally, but it's alright. At least the flavored ones. Like, if you get, like, a fruit punch flavor, or, like, a cherry, or strawberry kiwi flavor, or something like that. Like, it'd actually be pretty good. But at least for me, they're not my go-to thing. Well, I think in a weird way, I like those hard seltzers, maybe a little more than regular seltzers. But it might just be me. But even then, I mean, those hard seltzers aren't like my go-to either. I mean, I might grab one just to see how it is or try it out. The Kona hard seltzer is really bready aftertaste that isn't bad. The Kona hard seltzer? I haven't tried that one yet. Weed police. I'm gonna certainly have to try that though, because I like the Kona ales and stuff like that that Kona's made, but seltzers must be a new thing, because I don't think I've even seen them yet. So maybe I have, and you're just not thinking about it around the top of my head. Is the mask make thing going on for mixed things? Winco and Plaid still have masks, but the eateries around me don't. Yeah, no. So, like, from what I understand, the mandates, aside from public transit, are not in effect anymore. Because public transit and all that type of stuff is still considered like public and all that shit. So basically, like, public stuff, is, still in effect, but, like, private businesses and shit aren't. So it's pretty much, like, business discretion at this point. One of my PICs the other day was just like, hey, yo. I was like, what's up? He walked up to me and he's like, I was like, I just kind of pulled it down, like, what's up? It's like, you don't have to wear that anymore. It's like, oh, well, okay. I just have it on by habit, I guess. And he's like, yeah, man, take it off with pride, bro. And that's kind of what made it a little amusing. It's like, oh, take it off with pride.
No, go see your daddy.
This is like, I mean, at least for me, honestly, I'm still going to be wearing my Neckgators. I mean, not maybe necessarily for the mask part of it, but I got all this fucking hair and shit, especially for work. It's nice to have it all just kind of back there and, like, kind of concealed or sealed off with that Neckgator. Like, so, even without the, mask aspect of it, I'll probably just still wear those. Plus, if it's, like, a little nippy outside, they actually are pretty nice to be kind of like a little scarf substitute. Without having to deal with, like, a big ol' actual scarf and shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that feels...
Yeah. Though I do like a good scarf, but those gaiters, a lot more easier, because you just slide those on. That's it. So, at least for me, just especially because of all this, I'm definitely going to be still wearing my Neckgators. In fact, I actually might order another one here pretty soon. Huh? Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. But like I said, I might buy another Neckgator that has, like, a design on it. Because the ones that at least I get have, like, certain designs on them and shit. Like, the one I have over here is my WW one. I have, like, another, like, furry-looking one and shit. And then, I think those are the only two I have, mainly. No, he gave me one that's, like, a kind of a Halloween-esque one, but I actually don't know where that went, to be honest. But yeah, so yeah, from what I understand, like a couple days ago, I think on the 12th or some shit. So yeah, so I think on the 12th, like at the end of, like at midnight on the 12th, that's when they had stopped. Because I noticed that day, pretty much like, aside from maybe like 2-3 people at work, no one was wearing them. And any one of them, came up and was like, yo, you can take it off. And see, it's like, okay. But well, at least for me, it's just like, alright, you know, like, it's like, what if I don't want to take it off? I mean, it's just my own thing, bro. That's kind of what I thought was a little funny. Plus, it requires, I think, catcher and all the customers have masks. Yeah. Like I said, I think it's at, like business's discretion and shit. So I'm sure, like, some businesses still have it in effect, you know, and others don't anymore. Ours sure don't. At least our store doesn't. Hi, baby. Like appropriate in that chair there, bro. You sweet little thing. Oh, goof. So this is my chair now. I'm just gonna kind of groom myself over here. Some ex-server co-workers have an identity crisis, this authoritarian side and Trump side are clashing. What's the difference? I guess that's my rebuke for you there is, what's the difference? Implying Trump isn't an authoritarian side? On one hand, he's a stickler for the rules, and on the other hand, masked by Ed. So, rules for me, but not for thee type of shit. I mean, honestly, I know how that type of stuff works. It's just like, hey, you know, it's like, you can't have these type of things, and, you know, and it's like, you can't have this, you can't have that, but I won't follow these type of rules, because fuck the rules. It's just like, wait, so you want a bunch of rules, but yet fuck rules? Sounds like you just want rules, you know, that are catered to your liking there, bud. My work still requires masks, yeah. Wish mine did. But, whatever. It's not that big of a fucking deal to me. As of now, he's complaining about people not wearing their masks properly. If I had to wear a mask, then everyone has to wear a mask. Oh. If what the fuck? So if I can't have things, then no one can. To remove the requirement. Okay, that's just so weird. So he's just like, fuck the mask, they're bullshit. By the way, if you're to wear it properly, you fucking chin diaper and son of a bitch. So like, what the fuck? I mean, that's definitely odd. It's like, you need to wear it properly, you fucking son of a bitch. By the way, fuck these requirements, we shouldn't be wearing them. It's like, oh my god, okay. Okay, bud. Again, it's basically like the rules for me, but not for thee, but I guess he's willing to comply. You must comply, citizen. Oh! Jeez, bro. That's the epitome of... Easy epitome of this meme. Please turn on everyone but me, sir. Yeah. The rules for me, but not for thee. By the way, I'm taking that. I'm taking that meme and appropriating it now. Hey, Zooks! Oh, it's Bandit. Leave Bandit alone! Zukov! No. No. Yeah, there you go. Good boy. Oh my god. Bandit, Zukov, you Fruit Loop. Oh my god. I don't think Bandit wants to play with you there, bro. We were still bullshit last night. They're making us do a task that no one on my shift knows how to do. It went spoilers you would expect. That sounds like how my work likes to throw shit at us sometimes. So honestly, I'm not necessarily surprised they're doing it to your ass too. I mean, when it comes to your work, so it's kind of like a go figure type of situation, I guess. They also gave me bad info, which made it even worse. Sounds about right. Sounds about corporate. It sounds about like a for-profit corporation. Here, let me just give you some bullshit info that actually doesn't help you at all with your job, and then we'll put the blame on you and complain about it. So, some head honcho dude said the part that I never done has been done. It wasn't. Oh my god, of course. Jeez, bro. Jesus. What the fuck? Come forth. Come forth. Baby. No. Yep. Yep. You don't know whether to go for Bandit or for this bone. I looked into the info afterwards, and it turns out they were pushing on us because they didn't want to have to do it the proper way, because the proper way costs more money. So basically, corporation wants to try to skirt around the lines, find a way to make more profit, and, you know, do something that costs them less money by trying to pin it onto other fucking people instead of just doing it the proper way. Again, sounds about corporate. Sounds like a for-profit corporation, alright. Too bad most of your workplace isn't exactly like, you know, fine unions and shit, because this is kind of an example of where they might come in handy. That's just a little bit. The most bullshit stuff my work has pulled in 2.5 years. I really am honestly not surprised. Oops. It's going to town on that bone. Shred that bone, Zukov. I guess you couldn't really shred a bone, but he could try. He does a pretty good job of shredding shit anyway. honestly, like, I am not looking forward to some of the bullshit that my work's been kind of doing a little bit. Because, with some of the people dipping off, and shit, like, there's just going to be a lot more of this impetus on, like, you know, despite us not having the manpower to keep shit open. And, you know, because I was thinking about it, honestly, because, when I first showed up for my shift today, there was a few people that, you know, were asking about sandwiches, and they were closed for the day, because there was just 3 of us, and then only 2 of us after fucking, you know, like, 5, so it's just like, I mean, yeah, we don't exactly got the manpower to, you know, just, you know, have that open. And it's just like, well, you should probably have something up there to make sure people aren't confused and this and that, blah, blah, blah. It's just like, I mean, it's like, honestly, it's like a part of me wants to, like, hey, I get it, but, I mean, you need, you know, honestly, it's just like complain to the store manager, because, you know, he doesn't, I mean, there's not much of an incentive for people to come in and get hired, and honestly, a lot of it's because he's kind of the problem to it. I mean, it's just like, but obviously, if I say that ain't gonna, you know, I'm gonna fucking, you know, get manager on my ass, and I don't want that, so, it's just like, you know, you're kind of like stuck in a rock and a hard place type of shit. It's like, well, this is annoying, because then, you know, whether it's from the customer or your manager side of things, you can bitch that. And, you know, it's like, what the fuck did I ever do? There ain't much I can do about it. Aside from just try to help you, you know, in what I can. I mean, because it's just like, I mean, it's kind of simple as, if you don't have the manpower for it, then either you gotta find a way to accommodate for that situation, or you're just gonna have to have certain things just not be operational. You know, it's just like, that really is. I mean, like, you really can't have, like, much of an in-between. You can't, like, try to force fucking, you know, other employees to just pick up the slack, or, you know, do something that they haven't done yet, or don't know how to do, and just, like, hope they figure it out. You know, because, yeah, maybe the shit gets done, but it ain't gonna get done right. It ain't gonna get done properly. They keep pushing more work on us, despite having either the same amount or less people. Shit ends again done because we don't have manpower. I'm probably gonna take the fall for it, which I'm actually fine with, because I can actually focus on what I can actually do well instead of struggling for shift lead. Yeah. But, I mean, it all just comes down to, you know, getting, you know, the blame being pinned onto, you know, pretty much whoever's usually the last person out type of shit. So, complaining about my shift constantly. The latest words I found out that they are just projecting, trying to hold us to impossibly high standards that they definitely aren't following themselves. Of course not. I mean, it's the same thing for, like, dead ass is the same shit for my work. Like, there'll be some stuff that I'll know that, are, you know, morning people kind of complain about, but it's like, being a closer, I know y'all don't do shit. Like, honestly, I'm just gonna be dead ass. Like, not all the time. Like, a good chunk of the people in the morning really, honestly, don't really do much. It's, at least when it comes to make sure, like, you know, the closers are, you know, somewhat set up. Unless we have, you know, like, one of our cooks who actually knows what, you know, how to, like, make sure shit's set up for everybody at the end of the night. Like, I mean, because he does his work. But pretty much everyone else, not really. I mean, maybe a little bit, but, like, half-assedly, and you have to, like, pick up a bunch of other slack bullshit, and it kind of adds on to the fucking time at night. So sometimes I end up getting out way fucking later than I really want to. It's like, I don't mind having some, you know, like an extra 30 minutes or something like that, but not a fucking hour. Like, let me have the hour when I show up early, not, like, sticking around so damn late because other people can't fucking pick their slack up. And shit's busy, so I can't really catch up in the meantime, you know, because it's not slow. I mean, it's just like, come on. Especially when we don't have that much manpower. It's like, I mean, don't make it harder on, you know, everybody else when we don't have, you know, the people for it. Like, it's just like, I mean, it's not necessarily just, like, trying to think for yourself in that way, but also, you know, think for other people. You know, think for your, you know, brothers, sisters, you know, when it comes to your workplace. I mean, honestly, it's just like, because that's what I do. Like, I make sure that, you know, from the morning, things look alright. And luckily, at least lately, we don't really get much complaints, at least, the nights that I'm closing. I hear a lot of complaints whenever I'm not the one closing. Zukov, get over here. What they need to do is, what they need is someone just focus on logistics and time management that runs the shifts, trying to have a tech job while the short staff to do mediocre at best crew while also having to do all the difficult diagnosis. Isn't going to end well. Of course not. It doesn't. Just as much as trying to get shit cleaned up and also closed up for the night and make, and getting, food put away at, and also, like, clean and ready to go for the next, day and shit, like, yeah, especially when when someone's understaffed and there ain't no proper, like, management, not necessarily from us, from our department, but just in general, for the whole store, things don't end well. There's so much, overlap when it comes to this type of bullshit, because this is what fucking corporations do, because they don't give a fuck about their workers. They just want their shit done, and that's it. It's like, oh, can this thing be done? Well, we don't really have a lot of manpower, but possibly. Okay, get it done. It's like, possibly doesn't mean certainly. It's like, what? It's like, yeah, possibly, technically, but no, not really. Like, despite our low manpower, could we technically probably had our service bar open? Yeah, sure, but it ain't gonna really work out well for us. So, not really. It's like, it'd just be overbearing extra type of work that would just be really unnecessary. And besides, it's just like, I mean, we did have, the sandwich person in the morning, but as soon as they were done, they closed it up, because, like, after that, there was only, well, 3 people. And then there was 2 until I showed up. Then there was 3 again. And then 2 again after our cook left. So, it's like, especially on Sundays, really ain't hardly anyone there. Especially considering one of her closers is switching over to another store, and this is her last week here. And then and then someone else's last day, because they switched to another store, was last Friday. So, yeah, so, it's just like, yeah, manpower ain't exactly, just readily available. I mean, it's just the same shit with, your type of shit. It's just like when you have to, like, do all this, like, diagnostic shit while make sure this other stuff is, operating and checking this other bullshit and whatever else. It's just like, when you got, low staff and low manpower, it's just like, yeah, you can't really do that shit. Especially if there's, people that might be leaving or have left. I don't know if anyone's left on your shit. Or quit or move to other places or whatever have you. But I'm just definitely hoping once this whole new contract gets ratified and completely all said and done, that it will actually make a change to actually get us some significantly more people in. Because wages will actually be a little better. Part of it for my job is competent manpower. I'm still the only one in my shift qualified to do most difficult tasks. And they just can't find fucking anybody, or even, get some people trained, into that. But it will cost the company money. They can't afford to do that, even though we are a multi-million-dollar company. Before I got moved to the other location, and then back here, we had 3 people who were pretty good. And then, of course, I'm assuming due to whatever reasons they all left. Or quit, or, whatever happened. They're expecting me to train people like Server Dude is stuck in his ways. One dude is inexperienced. One dude is slowly improving. We're short two with random people filling in. So basically, they're throwing new people to the wolves and just expecting the most qualified people to just train them. Why does that just sound exactly like how my fucking workplace is? Like, they'll do, like, the initial, like, computer training, but when it comes to the actual hands-on training stuff, they don't actually, like, have a, you know, way where they set it up. So, you know, like, they can actually be trained properly. But just kind of thrown to the wolves. Just like, here you go. Figure it out. Especially when dealing with multiple people at once. If it's one-on-one, I can do. Yeah. I mean, same thing with me. At least for me, I'm a little bit more of a kinetic, hands-on type of learner. So I just do the same way for other people. I just kind of show them, like, hey, you know, here's how to do this thing. Here's what I do when cleaning this or dealing with that thing or whatever the fuck. And usually people get it. Or they kind of adapt it and do their own way out of it. But, you know, either way, they learn it. But it's more of a one-on-one thing, but also it's whenever I actually have fucking time to do that. It's like, that's kind of the problem when you throw people to the wolves with that type of shit, you know, where it's just like, hey, you know, you're expected to, you know, train today, you know, in the back or something, but we're like slammed that day and there's only the 2 closers and that's it. Then it's just like, who in the fuck, you know, is actually going to be able to train them? Like, you can't have somebody, you know, like, you can't have you don't have a third person there to train that new person in the back, you know, while 2 people are covering the front. So, what the fuck are you going to be able to do? I mean, you can't have, like, you know, the 3 people, you know, with that new person being the third, you know, like, suddenly go down to 1 when you're slammed because you're trying to, like, I mean, it's like, what can you do? Besides from just waiting until at night, but then you're probably going to be there, you know, for a while. You know, probably there for, like, you know, 30, 40, 50 minutes after you're supposed to technically get off. Because, you know, with it, you're trying to teach this new person, which, I mean, especially if they actually know a little bit about what they're doing, if they do actually have some past experience, then, at least for my work, it's a lot more common, I guess. But, I mean, at least, you know, if that ends up being the case, then it's a little bit easier to train them, you know, and sometimes there's actually been some people I didn't even really need to train, just because they, you know, like, either left one store, you know, from their deli into our, you know, deli, basically, so they're like, oh yeah, pretty much everything's the same, I know what to do. It's like, oh, okay. Your night shift has it even worse, I think, or then they got assigned less work. Well, fuck. Just try to see about going on their shift. I mean, despite it maybe being worse, if they get assigned less work, then in a way it's less bullshit that you gotta deal with. They have one decent person who's normally good at the job, but has major caveats that they really set in their ways and are really bad at improvising stuff when the job requires it. Oh my god. You gotta love those type of people. I mean, I can, yeah, like, I mean, it's like, honestly, I can, you know, be set in my ways in a lot of, I mean, like, honestly, there's definitely, you know, things about everybody, you know, every single person that they're going to be kind of, like, quote, set in their ways with, but, man, when people are, like, set in their ways, oh my god, that really does get, like, honestly, not to even really get out my dad, but he's one of those type of people where he's just set in his ways and ain't gonna budge. Like, I mean, for me, I know there's definitely certain aspects about myself where I'm just kind of set in my ways, but are amendable, I guess you can say. Like, you know, some that will have, like, the asterisk, and you go down below, and the asterisk is there, and you got, like, it's, you know, explainers, you know, and shit. It's like, I mean, it's like that, at least for me. You know, well, at least I try to, at least when it comes to certain shit. There's definitely certain things I'm more likely just like, yeah, I'm just kind of set in my way, man. But with a lot of things, you know, it's just like there's amendability for it. It's not that bad. He's friendly, but can just be really stubborn. Like his brain goes not compute mode too often. It can get tired talking through stuff. Yeah, honestly, in a way that can be my dad sometimes. Like, you know, I mean, you know him. He's friendly and all, but he can be stubborn as fuck. And sometimes when it comes to certain things, his brain will go into does not compute mode. Like, he's way better than the conservative person. Well, yeah. Well, anyone, like, anybody, like, not every single person who's like that is going to be conservative, but it's just that there's going to be a decent amount that probably are. You know, when it comes to the whole being set in your ways type of thing. Like, I mean, I'm a far leftist, and I'm saying I have certain things I haven't set my ways in, you know, so it's just like, I mean, you know, it's, like I said, I think everybody has at least certain aspects, you know, about themselves that, you know, have that, but, I mean, you know, it's a spectral thing. Like, some people are just, like, really set in their ways, and then other people are just, like, you know, they're very amenable. I mean, he might be, but if he isn't loud and proud about it. The Crystal Mom guy, Lamau. The Crystal Mom guy, yeah. My goodness. Man, I wish I can, like, you know, go to your workplace, honestly, and, like, see some of your coworkers like I could with, you know, like, maybe Tyler, and, like, you know, I know with Harley for sure with his work. But it's like, I wish I could, because honestly, like, some of your coworkers seem like quite the characters. I've been in my roommate's workplace enough to where I, you know his coworkers and shit, and they know me now at this point. Probably because my roommate also talks about me too a little bit. And they're like, oh yeah, we've seen him around, I don't know. God, I still want that Vishka that they got. That Century Arms Vishka, I'm not to try to deal with it too quick, but it just came into my mind. Oh, God. Fuck, I want it so bad. Oh, I want it so bad. But anyway, not to derail too far away from the point, or from our topic. Ooh, what's up, bro? You are sweet. You're a sweet little thing. Oh, look at you. The eyes of innocence. When are you gonna stop looking like a puppy? You gotta, like, stop this whole, like, puppy look. Goofy little, adorable little baby. This very one day shift has a bunch of people with huge egos. The other day shift is super chill. I'm just kind of glad that at least, you know, when it comes to my shit, most people are chill. I mean, I know there's definitely some people at my work that definitely got some egos. And definitely got, you know, some, you know, weird shit. But at least, you know, for the most part, people are pretty chill. Can you guess which one I have to deal with most of the time? I'm guessing the ones with the huge egos. Considering that you were mentioning earlier how they're always projecting and complaining, and yet, you know, basically don't really follow the rules either. I'm just gonna take that random guess. It's not even rules, it's very vague specifications. Well, You know what I meant, same thing. Well, I mean, I guess it's not the same thing, but you know what I mean. I don't work at where you're at, so I don't know all the specifics of what's this, what's that, and all this sort of shit. So forgive me for my ignorance. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry I just get it wrong all the time. Sweet little baby. Oh, you know what? That's right. I was gonna actually grab my charger really quick here. Here. Give me like 30 seconds. Grab that. Oh yeah, look at you. Look at your baby. Oh, you're so cute, cousin. Come on, baby. You took off. Whoop, there we go. It probably wasn't 30 seconds, but whatever. Fuck! You have to be loud with your bones? I guess every dog does need his bone. What a goof. What an absurd little goof. Bowl of dub. Yep. These little goddamn trees. The queasy boy. Wander around with that fat ass bone in your mouth. My god. The most immense dork ever. Ugh. Oh my goodness. And also, I keep forgetting that like daylight savings time shit like ended, started, whatever the fuck. I don't even know.
It started.
Cause I'm sitting here just like, why am I like still feeling a little mildly drowsy? It's like, oh yeah, it's because of that. Finally summertime. Yeah, honestly. Well, it's more or less springtime, technically. Summer don't happen till June.
Middle of June.
Yeah, June 21st, yeah. Well, summer at DST. Skunk, what are you doing?
Fucking with shit.
I'm fucking shit. June 1st, Beaches. Meteorological time for the win. Meteorological? Oh, you big honking mess. You big disaster, you. Big ball of disaster and austerity. On the longest day of the year, Lamau. Yeah, I mean, honestly, you're kind of right. But then wouldn't it be easy to remember my mom's birthday, which is June 21st? You flop. You insane flop. What? What was that? You goofy boy. You boy. What a goofball. It like collapsed between my legs and just like kind of slunk his way and just like melted. Meteorological time is season destinations that meteorologists use: summer, June through August, fall, September for November, winter, December for February. Honestly, that makes a lot more sense to me. Because it feels about right, you know, when it comes to my head. Like September is like kind of like the middle of September about. It feels like the beginning of fall. And then like the beginning of winter is about like, you know, pretty much like once Thanksgiving and Labor Day and all that shit's, you know, kind of all done or whatever the fuck.
Black Friday?
Black Friday, I mean, yeah. And then
Friday's fucking crazy.
Oh my god. If I can, I try to avoid that fucking day. I hate it. Honestly, at least last time I was working that, which was actually last Black Friday, it was actually pretty slow. From what I understood, it was actually fairly tame.
Dude, I worked on Black Friday. It fucking sucked. Oh.
It does. I mean, it still was it was still fairly busy, but not like I thought it would be. Like, and from my understanding, it was actually...
I work at a sporting goods store, bro.
Oh my, yeah, yeah, I know it's... Depending on what store it is different. I mean, I know that. I'm sure stores like Best Buy, you know, Sportsman's, and so on and so forth, they're all probably way more busier than they usually are. Whether it's because people are picking up online stuff, or actually trying to, you know, go in there and shop for shit. So I feel like just because online deliveries and online orders are becoming a little bit more normalized and more kind of like the go-to thing for a lot of people, I think that's probably why it was a little bit more tame last time. At least in comparison to, you know, to other Black Fridays where there would be literal like fights and shit and all sorts of crazy things going on.
Yeah.
You've all seen the Black Friday compilation videos. always wonder about Zukov, that weird boy. Cause I can't see him from around this corner. So I always wonder what he does. We could pound some beers at Poets Beach on Tuesday. That way Zukov can run around. Yeah. I will say, I will be strapped for cash a little bit, but I mean, I definitely could come down for show. So, plus I can at least, you know, I have snacks and shit, and because I have the EBT, so I can at least buy snacks and shit. How about that? Like, I can get the snacks and stuff like that, and you can grab the burgers. Because then I have this pack here, and I can just put all my snacks in there. Even better, no expensive bar required. Yeah, honestly. Yeah. And plus, whoever else is available can come down and hang with us. I'm sure Logan will be down.
What day?
Tuesday.
Oh, I gotta work the next day. Fuck it. If I didn't have to go to work, I'd say yeah.
Wait, you said Friday?
Huh?
You said Friday?
No, I said if I didn't have to work, I would go.
Oh. Maybe Logan and Harley Mail too are available Tuesday. Oh, really? Ah. Well, honestly, that's kind of strange. Usually, like, multiples of them are usually, or at least, like, one of the combination of them are available that day. Ridiculous little Zuka boy. Oh, it's Monday and Tuesday. Tuesday's a work night for now, so why I gotta get sleep. Oh, I gotta be home by 8, so I could be at bed at 9, guys. I'm not fucking kidding.
I'm not asleep. I'm fucking still up. I don't go to bed until like 11.
I love my boy Tyler and shit.
Okay.
But oh my god, dude.
If you gotta be home at fucking 9 o'clock, if you gotta be home at 8 o'clock and go to bed by 9 o'clock, what the fuck is wrong with you? What time do you go to work?
It's not even that, it's like, he's honestly, like, the only adult and shit where this motherfucker straight up is just like, oh, like, where he has, like, straight up, like, a bedtime, basically, and shit. I'm not even kidding, it's just like, bruh.
We go to bed whenever the fuck we want.
Yeah, I do. I really don't, like...
I go to bed at, like... I mean, yes, I take a nap during the day, but I go to bed at about 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then I wake up at fucking, like, 5 or 6.
Yeah. For me, it's just, like, my bedtime is literally any time between, like, usually, like, 2 to 4. Well, 5 even sometimes. Just depends on,
yeah,
like...
because there's days that I've woken up and you're still up. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So,
come on, bro, go to bed.
Yeah, because sometimes I'll, like, kind of try to go to sleep. I'm like, man, I'm still kind of hungry. So I'll just straight up just get up and make some more food and try to induce a little bit of a food coma. So it's just like, yeah, honestly, sometimes, it's like, yeah. And it was kind of like that for me last night, too, where I was just like, damn, took a little shower, kind of chilling now, but I'm still kind of hungry, fuck. So I just whipped up a bunch of food, and then I went to sleep. But because of the whole fucking, like, setting time ahead or behind or whatever the fuck, like, I don't even know, or, it's just, like, kind of fucked with sleeping a little bit, so I didn't get as much as easy as I was, thought I was. So I ended up getting a little drowsy today now. It's like, yeah. But now everything's all set, so I'll be fine for the next day. I wasn't even really, like, late or anything, honestly. It was just like, I woke up and it was like 1:40 and went, oh fuck. It's not 12, it's not like 11 or 12 or whatever the fuck like I initially thought it was, damn it. Or else I would have done like a little maybe 30-minute stream to kind of wake myself up and shit, but I was like, fuck, I just gotta smoke a bowl and go. Let Zukov out real quick, but he didn't even want to go. He was just like, I'm gonna kind of take my time with this one. I'm just like, Zukov, I can't do that, so you're gonna have to hold it until my lunch. And then he wanted to wait until I had to leave, you know, to go back to work off my lunch, and it's like, oh my god. You've been a little, like, anarchist today, for sure. A playful one, though, but still. Because every time I try to line back his kennel, he was, like, going psycho wanting to play. It's like, oh my god, I know, bro. I hate it. It's like, I hate doing it. Because sometimes not everyone's here, and, you know, he might even be taking a nap and shit, so it's just like, he obviously won't be having eyes on him. So it's just like, ugh. Let's see if I can find one that actually could be bigger.
What?
Kennel. This is like a... I'm sure they...
They do.
Yeah. I guess it doesn't necessarily need to be taller, but maybe wider at least. This, yeah, at least has a little bit more room and space in there.
Yeah, they'd be a couple $100 too.
Well, yeah. I mean, what I do is, I mean... Probably at least, you know, like, probably at least after, you know, the Vishka, probably get something, you know, like that for him. And then, what I'd probably do is at least put like 150 or something like that aside. Then I could probably sell that one. And then once I sell that one, then I could just use that cash and just grab the next, you know, the other one, like, just right then and there. So, it's all just kind of, you know, just kind of one quick little easy thing. But prioritize money on a little boom boom on a boomstick, because goddamn, I really want it. We could do it earlier. That's what I was thinking. Because honestly, when I get up, I usually get up between like I was saying earlier, between like usually 11 and noon. Yeah, so sometimes you see me, like, you know, stream early in the morning. Sometimes I'll, like, all my days off, that'd be, like, I'll stream after I, like, wake up, grab some food, and, you know, chill here for a little, like, an hour or something in the early afternoon. And then, like, do a couple errands or link up some homies or some shit or whatever the fuck. Or just, you know, that 1 hour before I go to work. Because sometimes, you know, if I'm working at like 3 or something like that, and I'll like take the 1:30 to 2, you know, that time period, grab, you know, some food, and then, you know, come back at 2 or around that time and have that like a little 1 hour period of, you know, kind of chilling. So I got some routines, but at least it's one where I'm not, like, fucking actually, you know, having a bad sleep schedule like I did, you know, like, hell, even like a year ago. I mean, because you knew how bad, like, you know, my sleeping could be, where I'd show up, like, hella fucking late sometimes. This is kind of a funky little synth beat. I'm gonna turn it on. This is kind of bumping. I know it's by White Bat Audio. What's the name of the song? The Showdown. Hey. Oh, a seed. Want to see for your mama to grow?
What?
Want to see for your mama to grow?
No.
No?
My mom don't grow.
What? Wait, who do you say who grows? Oh. Send it in. Because I already have like a buffalo load of seeds. Like, I don't, like, I really don't need to have so many more. What's up, baby? You're gonna put a paw on my leg, are you? Yeah, about 5 seconds. 5. No. Okay. No paw on my leg. He's actually probably gonna acquire this seat. Yep, he's acquiring the seat. Clam chowder to the rescue. Forgot I had it. Oh, you got some clam chowders? Hey. Yeah, I haven't had clam chowder in a while. I'd like me some clams and stuff. I actually got like these clammed things that are meant for like, you know, a pasta dish. They've had for a while. And they're still good, but I just, you know, haven't bothered opening them up yet or anything. And now I'm just like, Now you just put in my mind, it's like, damn. Maybe Wednesday or Thursday, I should probably grab some ingredients and whip up a little clam pasta dish and see how I do with that. What the fuck is that? Where did you get this, Zukov? What the fuck? It's a concrete ball with a. I think this is meant to like whop you on the side of the head, bro. I think I meant to like whack you up the side of the head with this, yo. What is that? I don't know. I just saw Zukov rolling it, and I'm like, that's what. You heard my response. I was like, what the fuck is that? And this is what it is. It's a concrete ball with like a loop in it. I'm assuming where you can like hook something up and use it as like a little like concrete mace, where you just like whop it on someone's head. You know, like a medieval mace. You know. I'm keeping this actually. Just to have like, you know, construct like, you know, some modernized like fucking concrete mace ball. That thing is like. You're looking at this like you really want to play with it. This is not for you. Where did you? He found this. Where'd you even get this, Zukov? Quit staring at it like you want to play with it. I'm wondering where you got this. I'm keeping it though. It's mine now. Stole from the construction site, Lamau. Oh my god, what if he did? Oh my god, dude, what if he fucking did, yo? If my dad comes in here, I'm gonna ask him if he knows what this is. If he doesn't know, this might confirm our curiosity about this concrete ball thing that could be used as like a mace. Oh, look at you. Use me, bye-bye. You goofy fucking dog, dude. You're just fucking stealing shit from construction workers now. Some hard-working laboring folk. You're jacking their things. I really actually feel like you did. Like, maybe somewhere, you know, up and down the street, you know, they left, like, a couple of, like, these little concrete balls to kind of use to break up some of the road a little bit, you know, for their sidewalk implementation eventually, finally. And it's just like, I mean, maybe that's it. Because maybe they got like these big ass things where they have like hella like heavy chains where they just like boom and then they just like boom, you know. I mean, I don't know, maybe. I mean, I can see it, you know, being used as like a destructive piece, you know, to break up like, you know, asphalt or something. Look at that little tail go. You just want our treat, don't you? You little treat thief. I'll get you one of these. Sit, sit. Good boy. No, sit. Sit, 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 sit. No, no, sit. Stay. Still. Still. There you go. They could have been used to decapitate a traffic cone. Probably. Oh, I just thought of something. I could use this as a target. And this actually could potentially be reusable if it's like a eventually 7.62 by 39 or a 12 gauge. 12 gauge will definitely not destroy this. 7.62, I mean, maybe? This could be actually a nice little target, but I'm honestly wanting to make a mace out of this more than a target, so I'm definitely going to be like, I mean, this could be used in a cannonball, like as chain shot. Like, you know, and like fucking like galleons and stuff, when you launch the cannons, they'll have these chain shots where they have these two small balls of fat chain. It's meant to like to break the fucking masts of the ship, so they can't really go anywhere with the wind. Yeah, so it's just like, and also potentially literally like sever sailors that might get hit. That it's actually kind of a fucking horrible, fucked up weapon, but I mean, it's just like, I mean, at least if used on people. Like, if you use it on fucking massive ships, I mean, well, even then, because of the splinters and, you know, and all that shit, and the person on the crow's nest, too, probably, like, falling and, you know, who knows how far. But, you know, it's like, I mean, it's like, you should have a little cannon, like, get a little chain, you know, get another one like this, attached to another one, just, shaboom, and they'll just go, spin around, and you know, whatever's down range of that is probably not going to have a good time. I'm still wondering where Zukov got this. I'm very likely thinking it's from the construction site, maybe. But I don't know. Maybe I mean, there's a possibility my dad made this, because he used to work in construction back in like the 90s and early 2000s and stuff. Well, like landscaping for the city, but that also had like, you know, some construction work applied to it too. At least when it came to like, you know, working on some of the parks and shit. Sometimes driving around Portland, he will literally show me like different parks. He's like, I worked on this park. I'm like, oh damn. He's like, yeah, this one thing happened at that park. I'm like, this one time I saw a bunch of, you know, tweakers in the bathroom here, and they were actually really chill with me, and, you know, because they understood I was just cleaning, and I let them go in the women's bathroom because I just cleaned that. You know, it's just like, which is actually an actual story. He was, like, it was like midnight or some shit, and he was cleaning the bathrooms at, I forgot, I will admit, I don't know which park right off the top of my head. But, and when he, got out, he noticed that there was people in the, men's bathroom that obviously were, well, you know, doing drugs of some sort. And he's like, hey, you need to vacate because I'm cleaning and shit. And he's like, well, we're kind of doing some stuff in here. And they're like, well, you can use the other bathroom. like that was, which is kind of interesting. That was the thing about my dad as at least a public city worker, you know, back in the day. Like, he was actually chill with, you know, the people that were, you know, homeless and shit like that, just because he, you know, he kind of knew that, you know, they weren't really trying to, you know, fuck with people's shit necessarily or whatever the fuck, you know, they were just doing their thing. So he was just like, alright, as long as you just don't fuck with me and just don't get in the way of my stuff, like, I'm not gonna bother you. So I feel like in some of these places, you know, some of those people realize, oh, hey, he's actually kind of chill. I know that guy. He's actually chill. Apparently there was one time where some dude was, like, cutting holes into garbage bags to try to hide his, like, stash, you know, for, you know, because he was, like, some dealer or some shit. And my dad kept noticing that and actually caught the dude once, and it's like, hey, bro, like, I have empty garbage bags in these, and if you look in them, you know that, right? It's like, you could literally just, like, you know, like, slip up the empty garbage bag and just hide it in there instead, you dingus. Like, instead of, like, he actually, like, taught him, you know, like, hey, instead of, like, ruining these perfectly good empty garbage bags, why don't you just fucking, like, just slip it open and then just slide it through? Like, it's like, hey, let me tell you how to do your drug dealing stashing better. It's like, okay. Man, just it's like my dad being a city worker back in the day sounds like it was kind of based. Which is strange coming from a very like the government sucks, bureaucratic, blah, 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 and fucking, you know, all that type of shit, kind of an American libertarian type, but yet worked for the city landscaping, parks and recreation, department and all that shit. Well, I don't know if it's like the parks and rec specifically, but just like, you know, the landscaping aspect of it all. Like irrigation, all that shit. Obviously, like cleaning up the parks too. What I kind of find interesting though is that despite not necessarily being kind of like a pro-union guy, he's actually been pretty supportive of, you know, me and my like union and labor advocacy, which is like, oh, okay. And funny enough, he's actually told me some stories about when his dad worked at the refinery, at the solar refinery in Montana and Billings, where there's been times where there's strikes and there's been things that have happened then too. Sukov, what the fuck are you doing? Do you mind? Are you trying to sniff out some other weird shit or something? You goof. Oh, look at that little tail. Oh my god, you goofball. You dork. I'm trying to remember one story he told me. Actually, with his, with my granddad. Because there was this one time, that there was a picket going on. And, but there had to be, like, at least, like, a skeleton crew to kind of keep things somewhat, you know, okay. So it doesn't, like, full on, like, shut down and that type of shit. You know, so it's like, you know, despite a picket line, you still had to at least have a few people, not necessarily, like, scabs, so, well, I don't know, like, because from what I understand, it's just like, I think there was a little bit of two different things that might have happened. You know, because again, I don't remember the full story, but I think, you know, there were some of the actual like corporate heads that were there too. So a lot of the picket line was a 24-hour picket, as most pickets are usually, and you know, they were all, you know, in a way, they were keeping along those corporate heads, you know, like kind of hostage at the facility. But, you know, some of these, you know, people were some, you know, skeleton crew types, you know, that had to kind of stay and also work very long hours and shifts, you know, to kind of make sure things are at least, you know, functional and aren't, like, breaking down and stuff like that. Because it couldn't, like, totally shut the place down, in a sense, from my understanding. You know, but there was one point where my granddad was like, well, you know, I'm gonna, you know, take, you know, one of my breaks. And of course they, you know, had long ass, you know, breaks and shit like that, considering, you know, what they had to deal with. So instead of, you know, and he lived nearby, and so instead of, you know, just kind of chilling at the place, he, like, would sneak out and go into this fucking ditch and, like, sneak past the picketers as well. So, like, crossing the picket line, but the other way around, so he actually can get home and, you know, spend time with his family and shit. Like, and, you know, and, like, at least maybe get, you know, maybe like an hour of shut-eye possibly, you know, a little bit, and have some food, and then sneak back over, you know, and shit. You know, it's like, goddamn, bro. Because you couldn't just, like, hey, I'm gonna, you know, leave here for a bit, you know, whatever, because, like, I mean, when you only have so many people and shit, it's like, hey, we can't, you know, like, we can't have, you know, people on the line, you know, shorthanded, and also our skeleton crew fucking shorthanded either, you know, but, you know, so it's kind of like, you know, a little back and forth thing, you know, with that type of shit. But, again, I don't remember the full story of it. I thought you'd have to tell me about it. Rehash it to me. If I talk to my granddad at some point in the future, or get a chance to visit him again, I'll have to ask him about it as well. I mean, honestly, knowing my granddad's, like, positions now, if he was in favor of him back then, he probably ain't anymore. Because there have been people like that where, you know, they did start in the blue-collar realm of things and kind of started, like, on the factory line, so to speak. But later down the line, they eventually get promotions and kind of rank up, so to speak, and eventually go into the corporate world. And then, like, a lot of their more, like, kind of blue-collar-esque aspects of themselves kind of fade away to this more, like, conservative, corporatized, you know, type of world. And, I mean, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if that, if that's what my granddad's pretty much, you know, end up becoming. They become the upper crusties. Yeah. I mean, because honestly, you know, because I feel like that's why my dad is a little, I guess at best mixed about unions in a way. Because, I mean, he's mentioned, like, oh yeah, you know, they, you know, can be kind of connected to the mob and this and that and blah, blah, blah. You know, like, and honestly, they're just kind of like little nitpicks and stuff. But it's just like, at the same time, he's also said, oh yeah, back when unions were actually good and had some, you know, sense in them and stuff, blah, blah, blah. Like, when I talk about, like, early labor history, where, you know, he's actually, you know, like, listening to it too. It's like, there's, it's like, I mean, it's just like, huh, I mean, it seems like, you know, there is at least, you know, an etchling, you know, maybe, you know, with him growing up, especially, because he also worked at the same refinery that, my granddad worked at, but he was doing different shit. And he's actually told me some crazy fucking horror stories, you know, about it too, which I can get to one in a sec, where, you know, but, like, you know, because honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if at least growing up, you know, they were probably, you know, actually more fond and favorable to him. But, you know, as time, you know, went along, and, you know, of course, my dad growing up with my granddad, you know, in his age, and, you know, and all that, probably eventually, you know, kind of, you know, started, you know, kind of swinging in with his ideology along with him. So, I mean, it would make sense. There is the whole like father like son type of thing, and honestly I get that a lot. At least when it comes to certain things, not necessarily politically, well, kinda certain things, at least when it comes to social views, at least, well, most of them, like 70% of them, I'd say. Maybe like 10% of political issues, honestly. But also, I'm remembering this one horror story that he's told before, where the refinery he worked at actually had a spill, and he was a part of some of the cleanup. And at one of the sites that they had cleanup, they basically told him, it's like, hey, just basically put like this fresh like, you know how, like, they have the lawns that, you know, you can just kind of roll out and you basically have a lawn? It was basically that, like, but en masse. It's like, hey, you know, this whole spill, just put some fresh grass over it and it'll be good. We cleaned it up. Like, that was pretty much what they were telling him to do. And also they had, like, some, you know, just kind of some straight pipes that were, like, fucking, like, 10 feet long or some shit. And he was looking at this whole, like, oil spill, and it's like, okay, so how deep and bad is this? So he picked up one of those long-ass pipes and actually stuck it down to see how deep it went. It kept going all the way down and went and got submerged and it just disappeared. Like, it was just, so it was at least well over, like, 10 feet deep of oil in that, you know, spill. I don't know what it was. I'm sure there might be, like, some articles on it, probably, and, like, I'm trying to take a guess, like, I would guess 80s, probably. I'd assume that, you know, there's probably, like, maybe in local Montana news or something. I'd assume probably be, you know, maybe even a national news coverage from back in the day. I'm sure there's probably something. But, I mean, if I knew what the name of the company was, I mean, it'd probably be a lot easier to find. I mean, I think, unless there's, like, other oil refineries in, Billings, like, at least at the time, I think it was a monopoly, but it might have expanded now. Because that town has exploded, at least even since I remember when I first started going there at like 5, 6, 7 years old. Like, that town's significantly, like, expanded. Can't be up across. Yeah, exactly. And also, whatchamacallit. But, you know, at the same time as that city booming too a little bit, there's also been, I've noticed, more refineries. It was kind of why I'm thinking, you know, at least initially it was probably like either a very small oligarchical economy, but now it's probably a little bit more expanded of an oligarchical economy when it comes to the industry there. So, I mean, hopefully, like, gets seriously, you know, evolved away from a lot of the fossil fuels there and shit, because it definitely has a very strong stranglehold there. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they also expanded shit like natural gas too there, honestly. But, I don't know. Last time I was there, I wasn't really, like, traveling around buildings too much, seeing what all the industry was about. But because of the rims that are, like, hugging the city, I mean, when you're on top of that, you could see everything, basically. Still can't believe a hot lives in Billings. I was expecting him to return to Seattle. No shit, he lives out there? I guess I have two reasons to fucking go there now. My sister still lives out there. So if I ever go out there, then I can fucking, you know, just stay with my sister and him and I can link up somehow. No shit, man. That's pretty, honestly, that's pretty dope. I think it's because housing is cheaper in Montana, from what I understand. I mean, also just kind of like in the Midwest overall. But there's not really much. Like, you kind of have to be in certain trades or in very specific type of fields of, you know, experience, you know, to really, like, be out in these places, or else you're kind of shit out of luck. Unless you want, like, some minimum wage shit job, like McDonald's or fucking Walmart or something. He's paying more for an apartment than I am, Lamau. No, oh, well. Well, it is Billings, and considering it is more of an expanding, booming city in comparison to a lot of Montana, that does honestly make sense. Housing in Montana is around the same as Oregon. Really? Well, it is more populous of a state in comparison to the Midwest overall. Like Wyoming, North and South Dakota, like, they're not as populated as Montana is. Honestly, it's because in the last few years, Montana's been kind of becoming more of a place that people want to move and live to. So, honestly, that explains it. I mean, fuck, I've thought about it. Like, I mean, my whole, like, you know, idea of, like, a whole ranch and shit, I'd either want that in Oregon or in Montana. One or the other, those two states. Because either way, it could work. Both states would be feasible for it. Montana, maybe less so, because the winters are more harsher. Winters are too harsh for you, plus the cities are too small. I don't really care much about the city being small. But, I mean, in a lot of ways, I am a little bit of a country boy at heart. But, at the same time, you know, it's just like, I do like the city. I mean, but I just wouldn't necessarily want to live in it. I mean, that's why, you know, I always loved living where I've been. Just because it's not, like, in the city, so to speak, but it's also not, like, totally full-on rural, either. It's kind of that middle ground. Because it's, you know, like, both are very easily accessible. But at least when it comes to the whole, like, dream home slash, like, little, like, ranch idea with having, like, a few animals and a little bit of, you know, some crops, you know, to tend to and shit. There'll definitely be more rural country for sure, but I'll definitely have it a little bit more closer to, you know, to, like, suburbia and, you know, urban city and shit. But I'd still want at least a little bit out of the way. Like, you know, but not, like, too far out. Like a 30-minute drive or a 40-minute drive or some shit. I mean, like, you know, we're, the last, couple times I went shooting with, loading the guys and shit. Like, I mean, that's kind of like, you know, an area that I think would be a really nice little spot. Not necessarily just that area, but kind of like distance-wise, because all in all, it's not like a very long drive. It's like 30, 40-ish minutes, give or take, depending on how bad traffic is. And, you know, it's easily accessible to get to Portland, and, you know, it's not, like, too far out, you know, so it's kind of, you know, still within that, like, nice little middle ground of shit, you know, but also, you know, less neighbors, so, you know, less chance of nosy-ass people. You know, also a little bit more inability to, you know, go out and kind of do whatever the fuck you want, in a sense. But also at the same time, it can be a little more communal, because, you know, if, you know, you're part of, like, that little local area, been there long enough, people are, you know, if they happen to drive by and see you out there or something, they might stop by and say what's up. It's like, how you doing, neighbor? How's it going there, Paul Land? Oh, not much. How's it going over your area? How's the cabbage been treating you? It's like, I was not doing too bad. I got, like, one little specific crop that didn't grow too well, but the rest of it did pretty good. It's random shit like that. Old country boy small talk. But also at the same time, it's easier, more easy accessibility to go into different places, go hiking and explore, all that type of shit. Also, plus depending on the area, I can just go horseback riding instead. Just take the car when I want to go to town, and if I want to just be in my little area, I can just fucking just take my horse. Could I technically go horseback riding in certain places in Oregon? I actually have to see the laws about that. Depending on, you know, like, the hypothetical, if I would want it in certain areas. You know, it's like, alright, if I, you know, like, what areas would it be okay for that, you know, to be the case? Just need a diaper so shit doesn't go flying. So they basically need, you know, some sort of thing, you know, to wear so they don't just shit and piss everywhere. Some sort of, yeah, okay. Well, alright. You know, honestly, that makes sense, because I remember, like, I mean, they don't live next door to me anymore, but my old neighbors that used to live next door, they actually had one point rented a horse and had horseback riding going on in their yard and up and down the street. And it was when we actually had Bella and Bear, those little yap dogs. So it had been at least like 10 years ago, probably, give or take. And because I think I was still in middle school at the time, but I could be wrong. Maybe like freshman year, maybe it was a while back. But so at least 10 years. But like, I woke up, got dressed, went outside, and I was like, oh shit. Like, I never wrote it, but I mean, I kind of wish I did. But I went outside, I was, you know, interacting, and I forgot. I think it was because it was a birthday, I think, you know, for one of their kids or some shit, if I remember correctly. And but you know, they had this big ass horse out and just, you know, just kind of chilling around, riding along and stuff. It was actually really chill. I was like, oh, well, cool. I wonder how much it would be to just rent a horse. Because, you know, it's like, hey, if that's the case, I might just do that. Be like, alright, have a horse and just, like, start wandering around. Just, you know, just like, hey, what's up, y'all? I mean, especially with my other hat, you know, and just, you know, get in that hat and just, like, you know, start riding around, it'd fit too well. Patient Jacob boy. I mean, honestly, oh, dude. Imagine, like, you know, Will's mysterious friend of Forest Grove. Does that dude have horses? What the fuck? I mean, honestly, it's just like... I mean, honestly, imagine, if we go camping, I live out in, in the country, but it's like, hey, it's like, yeah, I'll just drive up there, I'll just meet you there. And I just kind of, get my horse, get it packed, for a camping trip, for however long. It's like, give me GPS coordinates, I'll find my way, and I just kind of put it in GPS, put it on the map. It's like, make my way. Last I heard, Jakey Boy worked as a horse jockey. Oh. Honestly, if I, especially if I get a means of transportation to do so. This was years ago, though. Yeah. So he might not be doing that anymore. But, honestly, it's like, especially if I have a means of transportation, if I honestly, have an ability, I'd totally get a job at it, working on a ranch or, a little, farmhand or something. And work with horses and shit. Because, especially if I want to, have the idea that I'm thinking about, it's like, I mean, it's, better to learn now. Well, maybe not necessarily now, but, learn early, to kind of figure out, how to work with him. I still have his number saved. Dude, it'd be whack if he still has that number. I mean, maybe not tonight, obviously, but maybe, one of these days, you should be like, hey, remember me, this is, Stevan, I used to be friends with Will, and blah, blah, blah. See if it's still the same number. If not, then damn. Because if it is, that'd be kind of whack. I don't know if I knew him, though. I don't think I know I've heard of him, for sure. But I don't think I've ever, known him or met him. I've only met the guy once, lol. Yeah, well, I've never met him, so... Yeah, so you probably wouldn't even remember you. You might remember Logan, though. You should have, Logan hit him up. Give the number to him and be like, hey, this is, Jakey Boy, Will's friend. Still have his number saved. You want to see if it's him? Because he might know him a little more than, obviously we do. Always had hilarious stories with him. I think Logan knew him better. Yeah. Logan would have a better chance if he tried to acquaint himself with him. Honestly, whatever happened with Will? I know I've heard some updates about him, working in recovery, and then he, actually is, working with people, who are recovering themselves now, out in Gresham or some shit. I don't know what he's doing now at this point. I only hear, very vague-ass updates every now and then. I'm like, oh, shit, huh? Once every 1.5 years or something, and feel like I get, a little, oh, hey, Will, yeah. Or Gladstone. Huh. I feel, maybe Gladstone now, because honestly, because Gresham was a long time ago, so, I mean, unless he's still there, I mean, he might have moved over to Glad now. But, I don't know. All in all, I hope he's definitely doing better, because at least the last time I heard, it sounded like he was definitely doing a lot better than he was in the past. So, definitely hoping for that. Because he was definitely a very, cool and kind of creative dude, all in all. Especially a very interesting-minded type of person. And I also kind of wish I got to know him a little better. I knew him, but I never really got, to really, know him. I just always was, around him, hanging out with him and kicking it and shit, but never actually, got a chance to really, be one-on-one to chat with him and, and all that type of shit. So honestly, if there's ever a time that somehow, we all, he somehow, rediscovers us and, gets away going and shit, I mean, I'd definitely be down with that, so just see how he's doing. I definitely remember him in those house show days, though, because, I mean, honestly, I think that was around when he was really at his low. I remember when, he was with y'all with Hydrolydian. Oh my god. That fucking, that little music project. And, oh my god, I can't believe I remembered the name of that. Jesus. But, I mean, anyway, but, like, when he, it's like, when he was with that, though, it's like, I mean, he definitely, was at least, was at, a better spot, before, like a year or two later. Well, I can definitely tell he was, kind of laying down at it. But, either way, it's just nice to know that he's at least, went through the recovery phase, and if, especially if he's still doing so, working with people to, help recover themselves, I mean, that's definitely some good shit. Because I never remember Logan telling me about that, but I also remember telling him telling me that he had skepticism. It's like, yeah, I also kind of feel like he might be doing that just to, like, hook up with other struggling people to, like, do shit with them and blah, 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 blah. It's just like, I mean, it's like, I don't know. I guess I just like to give the benefit of the doubt for people. But it's like... And this is coming from a cynic, too. And it's just like, I mean, sometimes I see, like, people like Logan sometimes being a little more cynic than I am at times. And it's like... Oh, it's like, okay, damn. Holy shit, Musk is a cheap-ass fucker, the dictionary definition of a wealth hoarder. Well, yeah. I mean, of course. Like, the only, like, technically good thing that he did was, like, help try to get Starlink terminals and shit like that set up in Ukraine so they can keep having internet. Like, that's, like, honestly, that's really the only, like, half-ass, like, barely, like, at least somewhat kind of a good thing he's ever done. Fucking appropriated the whole Tesla name and fucking, just, like, just fucking butt-fuck that name into the ground. Because Nikola Tesla is probably just rolling in his grave 8 quadrillion times over if he would, especially if he were to know that fact. Like the modern day Edison, it's just like, oh yeah, let me just take the name of Tesla, of the great, man of Nicholas Tesla. It's like, you filthy little filcher. It's honestly, what's even more fucked up is that, like, Nikola Tesla didn't necessarily just fucking, like, like, die a wealthy man or anything like that. He died penniless and straight up alone. Like, a pretty horrible, like, little bit of end to his life, and it's just like, oh my god. I mean, it's like, oof. And then this is what people do to his legacy.
It's easy to die penniless. The trick is to try to live penniless.
Okay. Okay. Some minimalist philosophy there. Some materialism there. Alright. Little flex that is based, I guess. I mean, I actually don't necessarily disagree. Came out of nowhere, but alright. Just kind of just like a philosophy bomb, just like boom, there you go. Ponder that bitch. It's like, oh damn. Anyway, Grimes says Elon Musk lives at times below the poverty line and would not buy a new mattress despite her having a hole in it. Despite her side having a hole in it. Her on-again, off-again partner sometimes live below poverty line. She said Musk opted not to buy a new mattress after her side was found to have a hole in it. Bro does not live like a billionaire. So why don't we just, like, seize his assets so he could truly not live like the billionaire that he wants to be then, that little fucking bitch. So he wants to be a lazy minimalist, like, oh, I'm a billionaire, but, like, it's like, I want to have so much money that I don't even want a new mattress. I just want to make sure I have the money. Oh. Like, you know what? Then why don't you go work for it then, bitch? You emerald mine, fucking lithium mine, inheriting, filching son of a bitch. I'm sure you enjoy that, like, you know, poverty line then there, bud. It's like, hey, if you live, you know, if you sometimes or at times live below that line, it's like, hey, alright. Then, what are you doing with all that cash? What are you doing with all that wealth? That's artificial and fake anyway. And just pumped up with just, like, fucking artificial inflated stock value anyway. But, you know, it's like, Because honestly, that's where most of his wealth is, and is in, like, his Tesla stocks and other assets like that and shit. Like, there ain't no way in hell he's gonna be fucking trying to, you know, actually, you know, have that money out and about, because then he'd get taxed, and he doesn't want that. That's why I want to get a new mattress, because then that money is taxable. That's how much of a fucking grifty little fuck he is. Like, that's honestly in a way worse than Bezos. Like, honestly. Because, like, you were saying, like, is cheap ass fucker, and at least Bezos enjoys his obscure wealth. Yeah, at least he flaunts it and just, like, you know, just buys a bunch of shit and actually flexes his wealth. Like, what does Elon fucking do? Tweet, meme, and live on a shitty fucking mattress. Like, my mattress is better in it, because at least it don't got goddamn holes in it. If I had a hole in it, at that point, yeah, I'd get a new one. I mean, like, fuck. I'd wear it, it's like, I'd wear it down, basically, but, like, I mean, not to the point where it's uncomfortable and got holes and just shitty to sleep in. Like, once it gets to that point, then yeah, replace it, but, like, fuck. Where the bird's gonna live without a hole. Maybe that's why it's there. So Elon Musk's little, like, offspring live in there. His little larva cells, you know, just integrate in there, and his little, like, mice pupa of the muskrats, you know, just burp out like a bunch of little, like, maggot worms, like, out of the hole. Okay, honestly, that's a very horrifying thought, especially with the face of Musk on these things. I really don't want to think about it anymore. Oh god, I'm sorry I put that imagery in people's heads. Zukov, come here. I'll give you a treat if you get over here. Oh yeah, I got you to come over here, Come here.
Come on, Magger.
Baby.
There you go.
Oh, you sweet thing. Oh, you sweet thing, headlock. Yes, good peppers. High five. High five. High five. High five me. High five me. Good boy. That was more of like, get the fuck out of my way more than a high five, but okay. Oh, wait. Hey, wait. Is this, what the fuck is this?
I don't know what it is.
It's a concrete ball with a ring in it.
Oh, that's mace.
Oh, so I was right. Oh, so it is yours. So I was right. Because I was initially thinking this could be used like a mace or like a chain.
It's mace.
Oh, so it is his. Okay. Yeah, so Sukov somehow found it and was rolling over there, and I was like, what the fuck is that? And picked it up and was confused as shit.
It's mace.
Honestly, we're thinking, like, I was here.
It's missing the chain and the stick, but
yeah.
it's mace.
Because honestly, dead ass, I was like, either this might be something with Dad's, which it could be a mace or something, or it's something that a construction crew's outside or some shit, and somehow Zukov found it and just, like, had got it in here or something.
Yeah,
It's not the first time.
It's usually sitting, like, up there.
I don't know. I really don't know, dude.
Yeah, that's a mace.
Okay, so this is Dad's. Okay. We just wanted to clarify that because, like,
doing a construction project, I had a little extra motor. So I just like, and a big ass eye bolt, and just like, I'll make a mace.
just need the rest of it. It wouldn't be that hard.
The chain and a stick, which it used to have a chain and a stick, but.
Oh. Oh my.
And there should be a big velvet Crown Royal or something pouch that usually goes in.
Well, I can always make one too. Especially if my friend Harlan is old drill press. I mean, he has it at his place, but I can easily just grab like a big ass thick honking fucking pipe and like let it, like, you know, fill it up a little bit or something. And then fuck.
It used to have a chain and a stick with it.
Oh, dude. It'd be heavy, but you can have like a two-handed ass fucking mace.
That would make a dent in your forehead.
That'd do a little more than dent your forehead.
Yeah, it's a skull crusher.
The concrete skull crusher. This fucking thing is hefty.
Yeah. A whole big mace. Just like the old medieval times.
Look at you, boy. Look at you, boy.
I almost forget I had that. It should be in a velvet Crown Royal.
I think I've seen that over there somewhere. I know what you're talking about. I can look for it later. Not right now.
Somebody must have climbed up and grabbed it out of the hill.
You're a goof. You're a goof. You sweet. I can tell like your muzzle has like an adult like skin going on there, but the rest of your face has not morphed into that. Your skull is still much of a puppy. You puppy head.
Yeah, he's a big puppy.
Stop looking like a puppy! You're too old to look like a puppy. I mean, a part of me doesn't want you to stop looking like a puppy because goddamn it looks so cute. Little eyeballs. Gotta remember that. I looked over there for a second and saw him almost close on the door. It's like, wait a minute! I want to answer this! But I honestly really was thinking this could have been constructed. Well, I guess it was technically, but it was when my dad was doing it back in the day. What you want? What you want, little boy? Look like a goof. Because you are a goof. Seems like shit on two people. Oh, you little goof, what do you do? You sweet little baby. You sweet little thing. You loving your little throne. He's just loving that throne of his. Is there any other random shit on to I mean, it's Sunday, so really don't want to say much. There ain't shit. Boo. Boo. Wait, you know what? I might as well do this here real quick. I kind of want to see what possible... like upgrades can be possible, y'all. Shop lines, yeah. Oh, here we go. Kind of curious. My brain's dead ass been on that Vishka still, so I'm actually seeing if there's some parts that can be possibly used for upgrades. And what's this? MacPulse Zukov S folding stock. No way, there's a folding stock named the Zukov. Okay, I unironically might get that just on the virtue that's called the Zukov. Dead ass. I really honestly might do that. Oh shit. This Tac Light Elite 6-point adjustable looks fucking sick though. Oh, there's a compensator? Ooh, that looks nice. I might want that. Muzzle device adapter, okay. Oh, speed loader, nice. Cool. There's at least a few things available that I can do for immediate upgrades that I'm thinking about. The whole dust cover with the rail optic, that is absolutely a thing that I can definitely do here. Dogleg rail, Gen 3. Wait, what's this other one? Attaches this is BMD1 Pity.AK sight mount for aimpoint micro. Look at this. What's this about? Where would this go? Does it show? Oh yeah, it does. Oh, it goes like on the traditional. Okay, so you'd replace the traditional rear iron sights, and this will go on that. Okay. Oh, you know what? This would actually even be better. Oh, fuck yeah. I might just actually get this. I might preemptively do that. Get some of these parts ahead of time. Oh, that's a fucking nice... fuck yeah. Hell yeah, I might honestly go with that. And then I can probably take it to Sportsman's and then see what type of optic mounts I can use to put on that. Well, I guess it's for a specific thing, an 8-point micro, so... So, I don't know. I might go for this other thing, though. The optic rail dust cover. I'll have to figure it out. so there's definitely some there. Oops. Oh. Not much there. Hey baby, what's up, Zooks? Can I help you? Can I help you, Zook? What's up, Bob? I'm just trying to see if there's, like, especially for the Visca Trooper, which is what I want. I'm just trying to see if there's anything specifically for, like, forearm furniture grips, but there ain't much. Because my specific idea, especially when I get it, is to have, like, the top part be wooden and then the bottom be like a rail system. Or maybe even just like a wooden grip as well. Make it just kind of full on wooden. Then a possible folding stock for the back of it. I might just get 2 different stocks, but maybe get one of them at least initially, just so I can just immediately replace it with that. So I don't know. Definitely some stuff to invest some funds in. But first things first, I need to put savings aside for make sure I get it. Oh shit. I think I found another spot for this. Let me see. Oh, these are like full-on kits. Oh shit. That's a full-on package. God damn. Fuck me. Oof. God, that makes it really tempting. Fuck. Shit. I have to look at some of these here. Ooh, fuck. I like to look at that. Man. I think I found a holy grail for this shit. Oh, speed loader? Cool. That'd be useful. Man, fuck, man, I found a holy grail for 8K parts. Jesus. Hell yeah. I just want to see if... Oh, god damn. Oh, the grip and stock connected? Oh, fuck, I always love that type of design. Oh, sweet baby rays. That sounds like... Ooh. If I do, I'm definitely going to get a wooden variant of that. That's for sure. see, do they have like the specific rail system that I'm thinking of? At least for the front foreguard. Quinkoff style muzzle brake. Ooh. I might do that. Fuck. There's definitely I mean, this just goes on forever. There's this list of things here. I'm trying to think, what? Trying to see if there's... Oh! They even have a little butt pad. That's actually nice for stock. Man. Actually, I'm definitely bookmarking this fucking website. Because that is a nice site. I'm just trying to see if I can find, specifically... You know, certain things I'm looking for with that, but I can look at more of that later. But man, at least I did find a nice little holy grail for AK parts, so that just makes me even more certain that I'm definitely gonna, you know, get that trooper. That Century Arms District trooper will be mine, baby, I swear to God. I'm getting it. I need to figure out these stocks returns bullshit too, because that'll honestly help a lot. What you need, what you want, what you need. What is it? Look at you, you're insane. You're a dork. You're a little dork. I'll really give you a note. Well, yeah. No, I'm not for it. I'll give you another treat. Sit up. Up. Good boy. You sweet little thing. Oh my God, a Christmas tree. Fuck me. You know what? I'm just gonna even bother with any of that right there. So I'm just gonna leave that the way it is. Let's grind this little guy. Cause I only need a little bit. Just a little bit to accomplish what I need here. I think I can get last bowl smoke load up here now. Can I help you? Some bitch. Oh my God, this paw. Why are you just the absurdity ball that you are? Because he just is. It needs to be addressed and dealt with. And you need to stop. You just need to stop. It's just nuts. Bye. You're staring at me. What's this staring at for? You just want to be up here. You just want to be hanging out with me. Come up. Up here. No? Come up. Up here, baby. Come here. Up. No? Come on. There you go. You fucking dork. Oh, you big old dork. Oh my god. You fucking munchkin. What's up, baby? You big old munchkin ball. Oh, you big munchkin ball, you. Oh, you just wanted those. You just wanted those. That's all you wanted. I saw you sniffing. Oh, you big goof. You big goof. You big old goof ball, baby. Look at you. Baby. You're a goof. You're a sweet goof. Yes, you is. You're a sweet ball goof. You're ridiculous, dude. What? Really? Look at you. You're nuts. You're nuts. There we go. Got one of those legs a kicking. Billy scratches and legs a kicking. Blah, 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 blah. Just great little clever boy episode there. You're just a goof. You're just a goof, wow. You're just a big old goof. You're just a big old goofball. Yeah. You're just a noodle. You're a noodle. You noodle, you little flop. Look, no. Oh my god. Oh my god, you silly thing. What are you doing? You silly little thing. You're so silly. And you really want one of these, huh? Here. Stand up. Up. Good boy. What a sweet little thing. Just sweet little baby dog he is. You goofy boy. What's up? Back again. Back again. You absurd little thing. Yeah. Smoked his last little bowl off here. And, I'll go for the rest of this nine. Nice little evening. Blah. Damn, fucking drowsiness because this daylight savings time ending. Boo. Anyway. I'll go over the rest of the little evening, so peace out. And I'll be right